Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving into another fascinating American coin that has captured the attention of collectors around the world. Coin number 1. The 1964 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark in brown condition. Some online sources and sellers claim values as high as $185 for certain examples. But what makes one coin worth more than another? Let's uncover the history, the design, the condition, and the features that every collector should know before buying or selling one of these classic coins. The Jefferson Nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It was designed by Felix Schlag, whose portrait of Thomas Jefferson has become one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. The reverse features Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, a symbol of American history and architecture. By 1964, the Jefferson Nickel had already been circulating for more than 25 years, making it a familiar coin in every American pocket. The year 1964 was unique for the United States Mint. America was experiencing a nationwide coin shortage, and demand for nickels, dimes, and quarters had reached record levels. To keep enough coins in circulation, the Mint produced more than 1 billion Jefferson nickels in Philadelphia alone, making the 1964 issue one of the highest mintage nickels ever struck. Because of this enormous production, most surviving examples are common, but high-quality pieces and unusual varieties continue to attract collector interest. Let's talk about the brown condition mentioned for this coin. Brown toning develops naturally over decades as the nickel alloy reacts with air, moisture, and storage conditions. Unlike copper coins, Jefferson nickels are not officially graded as brown, red-brown, or red, but collectors often use the term informally to describe dark or chocolate-colored surfaces. Some collectors appreciate attractive natural toning because it gives a coin character and tells the story of its long journey through history. Examining the obverse, you'll find Thomas Jefferson facing left. Above his portrait appears the word Liberty, followed by the date 1964. The national motto, "In God We Trust," curves along the left side of the design. On a brown circulated coin, much of the original mint luster has disappeared, replaced by smooth wear and deep natural toning that reflects decades of circulation. Turning the coin over, you'll see Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia estate. Above the building is the inscription "A pluribus unum," while below appears Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Collectors carefully examine the steps leading to Monticello because sharply defined full steps can dramatically increase the value of a high-grade nickel. Many beginning collectors believe that every old nickel is valuable simply because of its age. In reality, age alone rarely determines value. Condition is one of the most important factors. A heavily worn coin may be worth only face value, while a beautifully preserved mint state example with exceptional strike quality can sell for many times more. Rare varieties, striking errors, and certified high grades are what usually bring premium prices. Collectors also search for interesting mint errors on 1964 Jefferson nickels. These include doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, repunched mint marks on Denver issues, and other unusual production mistakes. Genuine mint errors are scarce and often require professional authentication before they command significant premiums. Many collectors enjoy searching bankrolls for 1964 Jefferson nickels because they remain surprisingly common. Since billions were produced, examples still appear in circulation from time to time. Finding one in exceptional condition is much more challenging and exciting than simply finding the date itself. Storage also plays an important role in preserving collectible coins. Experts recommend holding coins only by the edges to avoid fingerprints, storing them in acid-free holders or coin capsules, and keeping them away from excessive humidity or harsh cleaning chemicals. Cleaning an old coin can permanently damage its original surfaces and reduce its collector value. The historical significance of the 1964 Jefferson nickel extends beyond its face value. It represents a fascinating period when the United States Mint struggled to keep up with public demand for circulating coinage. Millions of Americans saved rolls of 1964 coins, believing they might someday become rare. While most remain common today, exceptional survivors continue to capture the attention of dedicated collectors. Coin collecting is more than simply buying and selling. Every coin carries a story. A 1964 Jefferson nickel may have traveled through countless hands, witnessed decades of American history, and survived generations before arriving in your collection. That historical connection is one of the reasons numismatics remains one of the world's most rewarding hobbies. Whether you're just beginning your collecting journey or have years of experience, examining every Jefferson nickel carefully can lead to exciting discoveries. Pay attention to strike quality, surface preservation, unusual errors, attractive toning, and overall eye appeal. Sometimes, the smallest details separate an ordinary coin from one that collectors are eager to own. As always, remember that coin values fluctuate based on market demand, condition, rarity, and certification. Before purchasing or selling any valuable coin, compare recent auction results and consult reputable grading services or experienced dealers. Knowledge is the collector's greatest investment. Coin number 2. The 1963 with D Jefferson Nickel in black condition. Some online listings claim values of up to $187 for certain examples. But what separates a common nickel from one that collectors are willing to pay premium prices for? Stay with us until the end, because you may discover that one small detail on your coin could make all the difference. The year 1963 was significant because the United States Mint was producing hundreds of millions of nickels to meet growing demand. The Denver Mint alone struck more than 276 million Jefferson nickels, carrying the D Mint mark, making the date common in circulation. However, while millions were produced, only a tiny percentage survive in exceptional condition or with rare minting errors that attract serious collectors. One of the easiest ways to identify this coin is by locating the small D mint mark on the reverse of the coin. It appears to the right of Monticello, between the building and the rim. This small letter tells collectors that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. If there is no mint mark, the coin was produced in Philadelphia instead. Knowing this simple difference is the first step toward identifying your coin correctly. Now let's discuss the black condition mentioned in this video. Jefferson nickels are made from a copper-nickel alloy, and after decades of circulation, they often develop dark gray, charcoal, or nearly black surfaces because of oxidation, environmental exposure, and natural toning. While collectors sometimes appreciate attractive natural toning, the color alone does not automatically increase the coin's value. The originality of the surfaces, eye appeal, and overall preservation matter much more than the darkness of the coin. Looking closely at the obverse, you'll find the detailed portrait of Thomas Jefferson facing left. Around the portrait appear the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1963 on circulated examples. The highest points of Jefferson's hair, cheek, and jawline usually show wear first. In black-toned coins, these details may appear softer, but careful lighting often reveals remaining design features. Turning to the reverse, you'll see Jefferson's famous estate, Monticello. Above it appears the Latin motto, E pluribus unum. Beneath the building are the words Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. One feature that advanced collectors examine closely is the staircase beneath Monticello. Coins displaying all of these steps sharply defined can receive the prized full steps designation, which can significantly increase collector demand. Many beginning collectors mistakenly believe every coin from the early 1960s is automatically valuable. In reality, rarity depends far more on condition than age. Since hundreds of millions of 1963 with D nickels were struck, worn examples remain common today. Coins become valuable when they survive with exceptional mint luster, nearly flawless surfaces, outstanding strike quality, or rare production errors. Speaking of errors, the 1963 with D Jefferson Nickel is known for several interesting mint varieties. Collectors search for doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and other striking mistakes. Genuine mint errors are much scarcer than ordinary coins and often sell for impressive premiums when authenticated by professional grading companies. Another important factor is professional grading. Organizations such as PCGS and NGC evaluate coins using the Sheldon grading scale from 1 to 70th. A higher grade means better preservation, stronger luster, fewer marks, and greater collector demand. Two coins from the same year may look similar to beginners, yet one may sell for only a few cents, while another certified at a very high grade can command hundreds of dollars. Collectors also appreciate the historical context surrounding the 1963 with D Jefferson Nickel. America was entering a period of tremendous economic growth. Vending machines were becoming increasingly common, and 5-cent coins played an essential role in daily commerce. Every Jefferson nickel circulated through grocery stores, gas stations, restaurants, and businesses across the country, making each surviving coin a small piece of American history. If you discover a dark-toned 1963 with D Jefferson Nickel in your collection, don't rush to clean it. Cleaning removes original surfaces, creates tiny scratches, and often lowers collector value. Professional collectors generally prefer coins with natural aging, rather than polished or artificially brightened examples. Proper storage is equally important. Hold coins only by their edges, place them in archival quality holders, and keep them away from humidity and harsh chemicals. Good storage helps preserve both the appearance and potential collector value of your coins for years to come. One of the greatest joys of coin collecting is the thrill of discovery. Every Jefferson nickel tells a story, and every old coin has traveled through countless hands over the decades. Even if your 1963D nickel isn't a high-value rarity, it remains an authentic piece of American history that connects us with everyday life in the early 1960s. Coin number 3. The 1960 Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark in very fine condition. At first glance, this may appear to be an ordinary 5-cent coin, but collectors know that every old coin has a story to tell. Some online listings even claim values of up to $191 for certain examples. So, is your 1960D Jefferson Nickel hiding a secret? Let's explore its history, design, condition, rarity, and the features that can make this classic coin especially desirable. The Jefferson Nickel has been an important part of American coinage since 1938, when it replaced the famous Buffalo nickel. The coin was designed by talented sculptor Felix Schlag, whose portrait of President Thomas Jefferson remains one of the most recognizable images on American coins. For more than 8 decades, the Jefferson nickel has circulated through millions of hands, becoming one of the most collected coins in the United States. The 1960 with D Jefferson Nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small D mint mark located on the reverse of the coin to the right of Monticello. During 1960, the Denver Mint produced more than 192 million nickels, making this one of the more common dates in the Jefferson Nickel series. Even though millions were struck, collectors continue searching for well-preserved examples because exceptional quality coins are much harder to find today. Now let's discuss what very fine condition actually means. A very fine coin has clearly seen circulation but still retains much of its original design detail. Jefferson's hair remains visible, although some of the finer strands have worn smooth. The cheek, jawline, and coat show moderate wear, while the lettering and date remain sharp and easy to read. On the reverse, Monticello still displays strong architectural details, although the steps beneath the building may no longer be completely visible. Looking closely at the obverse, you'll notice Thomas Jefferson facing left with the words "In God We Trust" positioned along the left side. The word "Liberty" appears to the right of Jefferson, along with the date done in 1960. Even after decades of circulation, a very fine example still preserves much of the beauty intended by the original designer. Turning the coin over reveals one of America's most famous buildings, Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home. Above the building appears the Latin phrase "E pluribus unum." Below are the inscriptions Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Collectors often spend considerable time examining this reverse because the famous L full steps designation depends on the sharpness of the staircase beneath Monticello. One of the reasons collectors appreciate the 1960 with D Jefferson Nickel is its connection to American history. The United States was entering a decade of technological advancement, economic growth, and cultural change. These nickels were used every day in grocery stores, restaurants, vending machines, and local businesses throughout America. Every surviving coin carries decades of history and represents a small piece of everyday life from the early 1960s. Many beginning collectors assume that every coin over 60 years old must automatically be valuable. However, experienced numismatists know that age alone does not determine value. Instead, collectors focus on condition, rarity, eye appeal, strike quality, originality, and the presence of any unusual mint errors. The 1960 with D Jefferson Nickel is especially famous because obtaining one with perfectly struck full steps is extremely difficult. Due to striking quality at the Denver Mint during that year, most coins do not display fully separated steps beneath Monticello. Coins that do receive the full steps designation are highly sought after and can command dramatically higher prices than ordinary examples. Collectors also search for fascinating mint errors on the 1960 with D Jefferson Nickel. Some examples may feature double dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, lamination errors, or other unusual production mistakes. Authentic mint errors are much scarcer than normal coins and often attract significant attention when certified by professional grading services. Professional grading plays a major role in determining value. Organizations such as PCGS and NGC evaluate every detail of a coin, including wear, strike quality, luster, eye appeal, and surface preservation. Coins receive numerical grades ranging from 1 to 70 on the Sheldon scale. Even a single-point difference in grade can dramatically influence market value, particularly for popular collector coins. Another important aspect of collecting is proper coin care. If you discover a 1960 with D Jefferson Nickel, never clean or polish it. Cleaning removes the original surfaces and usually reduces collector value. Instead, hold the coin only by its edges, store it in a protective holder, and keep it away from excessive moisture and chemicals. Preserving originality is one of the best ways to maintain long-term value. Many collectors enjoy searching through old bankrolls and inherited collections hoping to discover overlooked Jefferson nickels. Since the 1960 with D was produced in such large numbers, examples can still occasionally be found in circulation or among family collections. Although most are common, every search offers the possibility of finding an exceptional strike, an attractive naturally toned coin, or even a valuable mint error. The historical significance of the Jefferson nickel extends beyond its monetary value. It represents an era when coins played an essential role in everyday commerce. Before digital payments became common, nickels like this one were used constantly for newspapers, candy, bus fares, and vending machines. Holding one today provides a direct connection to America's past. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced numismatist, the 1960 with D Jefferson Nickel remains an enjoyable coin to collect. Its rich history, classic design, connection to Thomas Jefferson, and the possibility of discovering rare varieties continue to make it one of the most popular coins in American numismatics. Thank you for watching today's video about the 1960 with D Jefferson Nickel in very fine condition. If you enjoyed learning about this classic American coin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next coin collecting adventure. Share your own 1960 with D Jefferson Nickel in the comments below, and tell us whether you've ever discovered a rare variety, a full steps example, or an exciting mint error. Until next time, happy collecting!